What is up, everyone? JD here. Hope you're doing well today. We're going to be doing the disassembly and maintenance of my Kubey Supercell. Let's jump into it. Alright guys, I think this one's going to be pretty straightforward. By the looks of it, it looks like it's all T8 hardware, which makes it for super easy disassembly, and it just looks like a 3-bolt construction. So let's go ahead and start with that disassembly. I do think that pocket clip goes straight through into the backspacer to be bolted down, so let's start with that one. Alright, tooling feels good on here. It does feel like there may be potentially some thread locker, perhaps. Let's see. That may not have gone down into the backspacer, but I'll verify that here in just a moment. All right, that came right out, no issues whatsoever. I'm laying these in the crease because they are titanium, if you couldn't tell by the anodizing, so they won't stick to that magnet. Let's go ahead and remove the pivot. Pivot feels a little shallow. I'd like for that to feel a little bit deeper, but having said that, I do... Oh, we might have to see if this will flip, guys. I don't like... Well, we won't be able to flip it, actually, now that I'm looking at it, because the screw head... I'm trying to see if it's captive. Is it captive? Oh, no, it locks, so no, we won't be able to flip it. All right, so pretty simple disassembly here. And actually that pivot screw did go into the backspacer, so I'm glad that I did remove that and didn't try to disassemble it without it. So it looks like we have 5mm 364 for your bearings. Nice large bearings here too. Actually, those might be 6mm. Let me move my water bottle out of the way and grab the tool and check that. It looks like it could be a little bit larger. All right, let's see here. All right, got the tool. Let's get it out of the packaging. Is it 5? No, it is. It is. Oh, no, it is. No, it is 5. It's just really tight tooling. I apologize, and I'm pretty sure. No, it is 1/16, 5mm 1/16 ball. If you're interested in skiffs, I feel like these are pretty good. They don't have quite as many as the 5mm 1/16 ball, which you'll see here. You can tell the difference between them. Much more on here. You get 11 balls, so that one's probably 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. So you get 2 extra balls with the skiff bearings. All right, so now that it's disassembled, we're just going to go ahead and clean it. The detent on this is very well tuned, so I do not feel that it's necessary to strengthen the detent ball by adjusting the lock. And it looks like it's relatively clean. I mean, it's actually really clean. No dirt in it yet, I don't think. Let me see, this jumped out of the cloth. A little bit from breaking in, I imagine. Yeah, just a little. It wasn't too bad. Go ahead and clean the pivot, and then just lube of your choice. A very light amount of lube. I was surprised. I'm honestly surprised that this bolt didn't back out versus... Yeah, I'm surprised that the bolt didn't back out versus the pivot, but we'll see how it goes back together. The reason I say that is because usually this stays in this hole, and usually the screw comes out, but it's kind of the opposite. And being that it is pocketed, almost forgot to put some on here. Just a light layer. Just whatever you can put on by hand so that you have that coating on there. But what I was saying is usually the pivot itself stays attached to the captive end, and then on this side that bolt will pull back out, allowing you to remove everything from that pocket clip side. I'm going to flip this over to the other side since we're going to be reassembling it against that lock bar. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be weird though, because you're going to have to screw that in with the pivot. This is going to be interesting to reassemble, so we'll see. All right, so I feel like that's locked into place. We want to put that with the pocket side, or the open side of the stamped bearing, is what I'm trying to say. And actually, let me just really quickly, I know this is going to fall off, but let me just, there we go. Just a little tiny dot there for the detemp ball. Put that back together. Should be interesting, guys, to see this. Oh, I didn't see that fall out. Come on. This little post back here fell out when I went to reassemble it. Let's try that again. I have a feeling that that screw was not meant to back out, but we will see in just a moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it started by hand and get it to where the K lines up, and then I'm going to push it so that it's seated, and then from there I'm going to screw the entire pivot in, which is, like I said, kind of unusual. All right, and now that that is all back together, we should be able to just finish the reassembly like normal. All right, but I really think this is supposed to back out. I'm thinking there's too much thread locker in there. And what I did forget to test, but I just want to make sure we're centered. A little bit of play. A little bit of play. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, that feels good. I'm just curious to see if the feels a little snug in there. Let's just see if this will pop out without scratching. I wonder if it'll just go straight out. There we go. Straight out, no scratches. Nice. So it just pulls right out. No issues. Yeah, it just slides right in. So if you want to flip it, just slide that out, and then you can slide it back in. That is the nice thing of it not being, milled in, but instead going straight to the edge there. Nicely finished as well. Let me go ahead and clean this up and we'll wrap it up. All right, guys, there is your disassembly and maintenance. I think I bumped the camera a little here. There we go. Disassembly and maintenance of the Kubey Supercell. Very straightforward. Like I said, I think the pivot is supposed to stay attached to the captive here, and that this bolt is probably supposed to back out, not the pivot itself. So if you encounter that, at least you'll know how to handle that. But feels good. Detent feels good. I think it needs to break in a little bit still. The oil definitely feels smoother, but I think that, or I went a little too tight on the pivot. I might be able to back it out and work with it a little bit more, but I hope this helps irregardless. If you want to take it apart and clean it, if you want to strengthen the lock bar, you would just pull it over a little bit at a time and check to see how it feels. I wouldn't go too crazy with it. To me, I think it's tuned really well from the factory. If you enjoyed the video, definitely hit the like. If you're interested in anything that you saw here on the video today, there are affiliate links down below that help the channel when you use them, and a comment also helps as well. Special thank you to my channel members out there. You guys are awesome. I'm out of here. Hope you have a fantastic week. Catch you next time. Peace.